Okay, today's problem is a 2002 F-150 with some strange symptoms. So the symptoms are interior lights are out, wipers don't work, and it's stuck in park. So what are the possibilities? Well, one rabbit hole I chased down was a switch on the brake master cylinder. This was a recall problem many years ago where the switch would leak internally and I guess cause a short, and at best the cruise control wouldn't operate, which is the problem I had when I first got the truck. So I replaced that switch. So now my new problem, I believe, is also related to that. I was able to track and find fuse number 15 under the dash, which, believe it or not, controls the interior lights, the wipers, and the brake switch was blown. So I replaced that fuse, charged the battery up. Haven't driven it. It's been sitting here for a week. Now the battery's drained, and I just checked, and the fuse is blown. And I'm going to just take a chance and replace that switch. I do see it's wet inside, so I'm going to show you that. I'm counting on the fact that that is causing the short. It's a cheap fix, so I can't figure out what else it might be. So let's go do that. Okay, so the switch I'm talking about is this one here on the brake master cylinder. This sucker right here. So the original problem with that was that the switch would fail. And this is not the original, this is the replacement I put on about 6 years ago. And the symptom would be that the switch would get wet inside. Brake fluid would leak in there. Let me see if I can get focus on this. Not really. Let's see. The connector looks like. Can't really tell from here, but it is a little wet in there. Let me see if I can light this up with my flashlight and get a better look. Okay, hopefully you can see from this angle. It's a little wet in there. Not quite the puddle I was expecting, possibly. But again, who's to say that's not the exact cause in this case. But there is a little moisture in there. And I'm going to go ahead and replace this switch, as it is easy enough to do. That's where it connects to the harness. There's the switch itself. You unscrew it from the brake master cylinder. And let's see if that solves the problem. Okay, let's locate our fuse. Under the dash by the driver's left knee. This panel pulls out of there. Drops down. To remove this, you squeeze top and bottom. That pops out of there. Inside the cover is a little fuse puller. It's sitting right in here. So we're going to use that. We're going to locate number 15. If you can see on here, second row from the right, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's going to be the fourth fuse down, and I already know it's a 5 amp fuse. 5 amp fuse. Let's pull it out of there. And lo and behold, this sucker is blown. So I'm going to replace the switch under the hood, this fuse, and go from there. Okay, here's the switch. 7/8 socket happens to fit beautifully over the whole thing. Look at that. That's a smart design. Alright, let's get that sucker off. We got it loose. Let's get the old one out of here. Get my light readjusted. Little trickle of brake fluid. And get the new one in. Just like that. tighten that up. Okay. The connector is next. That's pretty straightforward. So that disconnects from this wiring harness here. Squeeze the sides, and out it pops. And there's the harness. New harness. Squeezes back in. And this is going to snap down on top of our switch. Just like that. The kit also included a zip tie, I assume to tidy it up. So I'm going to put the zip tie around the harness and keep that more secure right there. And then we'll see what happens. So I'll let you guys know if that solved the problem.